What is this wildlife we are talking about? And what is this conservation we are talking about? And what is this big animal? Because I've heard everybody says big animal, big elephant in the room. Sijawahi sikia big human being in the room or big plant in the room like the baobab. I've been hearing big elephant in the room, big animal in the room. So what is this animal called? The environment. Are we all aware what environment is? Kama nitakuwa nimekosea wanafunzi, walimu wangu mtakuwa mtanikosoa. But what I know about environment is there are 5 components. 5 components. 1 is the land, 2 is the air, 3 is the plants, 4 is the animals where we belong in that classification, and 5 is water. Kuna kitu nimeacha? About those 5, is there anything that I've left out? Air, land, plants, water, and animals. That is what I know. Kulingana na mimi. That is what it's called environment. Now let us look about all these 5. Ni gani inaweza kuishi bila kutegemea nyingine? Wanafunzi, these 5 components, land, air, water, animals, and plants, which one can survive without the other? If there is none, then when you talk about conservation, let us look about those 5 components. And then all of you who are going to school, walimu wameshaamua career zao, watu wazima waliamua career zao. What do you intend to become? Wakati umemaliza masomo ya university, wakati umemaliza form 4 umeenda college, what do you want to become? I know people say I wish to become an engineer. Ningependa kuwa warden kama madam, ningependa kuwa mwalimu, ningependa kuwa mwizi, ningependa kuwa mchungaji, ningependa kuwa huyu na huyu na huyu na huyu. Sindio? I hope hakuna mwenye atakaye kuwa mwizi, kwa sababu I asked a question somewhere in a school and there's one child who stood up and told me, "Madam, I want to be a highway gang robber." So I had to be close to that child and do what? And talk to him nicely to be able to understand that statement. And today he's a conservationist. Today he's a conservationist in a very good organization and is really speaking a lot about conservation. So let us look at the careers we want to undertake. Unataka kukuwa daktari wa kutibu watu. Unataka kuwa daktari wa kutibu mifugo. Unataka kuwa engineer, rubani, mwalimu. All that. Hizo zote utaenda kuzitumia wapi? Utaenda kutumia vifaa gani na vinatoka wapi? So in short, what I want to say is all the careers we want to undertake will be supported and will depend on 100% on the 5 components of environment. True or false? And even your own life depends on the 5 components, which none of them can survive alone. Maji yanatoka wapi? Where does water come from? Maji yanatoka wapi? Kwa mvua, si ndio? Where does the rain come from? I was informed water comes from up here, si ndio? But there's a combination of a certain air called hydrogen. Okay? And another one called what? Oxygen. So where does oxygen come from? From where? From the plants. So already there's a connectivity of air under vegetation. It doesn't matter where that vegetation is, whether it's the deep seas or on the savannas or the highest top of the mountain. And we use oxygen, isn't it? Juzi tulipatiwa kionjo tu ya kununua hewa. Wangapi wanajua tulinunua hewa? So we bought oxygen. Ama hatujanunua? During COVID. Now imagine we are being given free oxygen, but there came a point where we need to buy oxygen. What does that tell us? Air is becoming scarce. The air we need, the oxygen we need is becoming scarce. Why? Somewhere I read, wanaume mpo? Vijana wa kiume mpo? Hebu nionyesheni mkono vijana wa kiume mahali mpo. Good. Na kina baba? Wonderful. Now I'm being told, you men and boys, nyinyi ndio mnakata miti kwa wingi. You are the ones who are cutting down trees. Wanaume mnakata miti sana. And every second, the size of a football pitch is cleared by you men. It doesn't matter where you are coming from. Either from South Africa or from Kenya or whichever point of planet Earth. But we are cutting down trees. Every second, the size of a football pitch is cleared. And then, ladies, muko wapi? Kina mama, wasichana wetu wa shule, muko wapi? Let me show. Hata mimi ni mmoja wao. I'm also one of them. When the men cut down trees to reduce oxygen, what do you think we do? We burn. We burn. Sindio? Asubuhi breakfast, chai, kuni. Lunch time, chai, mini ugali, kuni. Chai ya saa 10. So what are we adding to the environment? Carbon. So we are reducing oxygen and adding more. Alafu tunasema climate change. So what happens to the ozone layer? Now, where are you going? Hizi career zenu mtaenda kuzitumia wapi when we are already finishing oxygen? So when we finish oxygen, definitely hydrogen will not have anything to marry, so there will be no rain. Kama sahi tulikuwa tunatarajia mvua. Kumenyesha? There is no rain. And if it is there, it is not enough. Inakuja nyingi kwa wakati moja, halafu jua inawaka sana.